Welcome back to another episode of Famous Reality TV. And today I'm coming to you all with a little discussion about Baddies South. Now, which cast do they like better, season 1 or season 2? And the fans have responded, and of course everybody is saying season 2 is a whole lot better. Now, for some reason, Judi J seems though she's still upset with Natalie Nunn and the Zeus Network, and especially with Sidney Starr, because she went on a semi-rant on the post. But her and Sidney did. Judi continued on pretty much by herself, but these are the things that Judi J alleged. Basically, she is saying that the reason why the show was a flop was because Natalie Nunn or the producers or whoever did not plan it well as Sidney Starr and all of the drama that was going on with them. And if you all need to be reminded, of course, the thing is that Sidney was saying when she tried out to be on Bad Girls Club is that Judi J was supposed to have been talking to some producers of the show and was saying that she didn't really want Sidney on Bad Girls Club. Of course, Sidney and Judi J are from the same hometown, and they were friends prior to Judi J going on the Bad Girls Club. And allegedly, Sidney Starr says that she has some type of proof, or whatever the case was, that Judi J did not want her on the show because she was saying something about Sidney being a boy, basically. She kept on saying something about that, and I guess that's what Sidney Starr alleged that she told. And I feel like Sidney Starr was picking on Judi J a whole lot because she wanted to get her to the point where she admitted to actually doing it. Judi J never really admitted to doing it on the show. So Sidney couldn't move past that, so it was a bunch of bickering back and forth, of course, on Baddies season 1, and it was just so bad, and they couldn't get anything done that the show had to be ended. Now, I'm going to get off into some of the things that Judi J was saying. Now, first off, it was the Zeus Network, and they said, all right, y'all, it's Throwback Thursday, and since we've officially met the ladies of Baddies South, y'all already know we had to take it back to the first season of Baddies to find out which cast is your favorite so far. Baddies ATL or Baddies South, or is it too early to tell? So, of course, people sounded off. We had Roly Poly. She was saying Baddies South, period. We going the up. Now, Bad Girl Janelle said, now y'all know these seasons aren't even comparable. Season 2 is better. And Natalie said both of them, she loved her baddies, baby. That's what she said. Now, Judi J said, we had absolutely no structure on season 1, never even left the house, and Sidney ruined it for us to come back the way we were supposed to as original bad girls. She should have never been a part of our season. Things would have never went that way. Things would have went way different. So she said, we just didn't get a fair chance. Look how she looked in our cast photo and has the nerve to comment saying season 2 is better as if she wasn't the reason why season 1 flopped so bad. Worst decision ever. Janelle said, I agree. So she was agreeing that Sidney Starr was the reason that the show flopped. Y'all know that Janelle and Sidney never got along anyway because Sidney was saying that Janelle wanted to be like her and that saying that people were saying Janelle looked like a transgender on her season of Bad Girls Club. So they just had a lot of bickering back and forth. And Janelle was saying it was because Sidney was allegedly jealous of her and wanted to be or look like her. It was a hot mess. They was even getting down to comparing who butts was softer. So Judi J responded. She said Sidney ruined season 1. Our makeup was melting. We didn't leave the house. Y'all didn't love us. So Anthony Uncensored responded as well, saying that he 100% agreed with Judi J that Sidney Starr is the reason why the show had flopped. And so Sidney Starr was like, I'm going to roll with season 2. No shade to my season, honestly. Judi J said, girl, I was the most booked and the only one that trended. I carried the show. Just search yourself on Twitter. You are the worst, and the females who supported you and casted you are clowns too. So it also appeared that Sidney Starr never responded back to Judi J either. It looks like Judi J was fishing for a response, but I didn't see any responses coming from Sidney Starr. So Sarah Oliver chimed in, of course, and she said cast photo for season 1 is better for sure, but I'm gonna go with season 2 for the season. So of course, Slim, she's on season 2, so she's saying, duh, this ain't even a question. So you had everybody chiming in, and more, which is on this season of Baddies South. She says Baddies South. You got Scotland. She's saying Baddies South. They understood the assignment. So everybody seems like they're on Baddies South side when it comes to this. And Judi J is just upset and she's just not feeling it. She feels as though they didn't get a fair shot because all of the drama that was coming from Sidney. And so she also said, I was definitely being myself, and Sidney is the reason why season 1 tanked. Nothing more, nothing less. We didn't have a chance. We sat in the house with our makeup melting off our face and had to deal with Sidney. Had to walk on eggshells. Whole show was about something it was never supposed to be about. Something that wasn't even true. Fabricated. And in the end, it made fans hate the season. I said it the whole time. I saw what was happening. So Natalie chimed in, of course, to one of the commenters. And the commenter said, Natalie don't fit no more. She did her thing back in the day, but fighting and all that at her age is a little sad. I love her, but step back and navigate. So Natalie responded, baby, the housewives are 50 plus doing the same messy stuff. Just stop. I'm in my 30s. I'm not retiring until I'm 1 million years old. So Judy's like, there's nothing like the original. It just wasn't executed correctly, and Sidney made it into something it was never supposed to be. We were supposed to come back on some Real Housewives type of. So someone said, nah, Sidney had me dead when she framed Judi with the hair and the cigarettes. And so Judi was like corny, giving BGC wannabe, unoriginal, unauthentic, and she's the reason season 1 flopped. So another commenter said, Lovely 7, Christina Rone, and Bad Girl Janelle made season 1 worth watching. The entire rest of the cast spent all their camera time being petty, displaying lacks of character, and taking turns being buddy-buddy, but also not liking Natalie none. Now, as far as season 2, the show has only just begun, and I gotta go with Christian for fan favorite. Unfortunately, Natalie returned to star in her own show, which is very P. Diddy to do, but Rolly is also good entertainment. The rest of the cast hasn't showed any individuality or personality at all, not even when introducing themselves. As well as Sidney, absolutely terrible to the cast, only to bring them on and make them not only make them share a space, but also allow the disrespect. Judi was giving Sidney the entire season. But Sidney, you were also just extra when the camera started rolling. We don't want to see executive producers living in these mansions with these girls and having better sleeping arrangements than they do. It's weird and it needs to be addressed. So Judi says, you sound like a clown. I was the only girl that trended and was the most booked. I carried the show until I walked off because I was getting harassed by Sidney, a person who was never on BGC. I would not necessarily blame season 1 of Baddies flopping as a whole on Sidney Starr. I feel like it was a lot of things that went into this. Nelly was trying to give everybody a chance, like the top people, because all of the fans did chime in and say who they wanted to see on this season 1 of Baddies, and I think she gave those OGs the chance. And I just feel like a lot of them failed. Like a lot of them did not understand the assignment, and the assignment didn't have to be just necessarily fighting. The assignment itself was to be a baddie, and it was not giving baddie. I don't know what was going on with Christina, because she was kind of standoffish. Of course, she had some things going on in her own life at the time, which spilled over on the show. Her and Natalie was arguing about things. You had Sarah, they were saying that she was being Natalie's lapdog, and once Natalie didn't want to be her friend anymore, or wasn't trying to be all up under her, whatever the case was, Sarah got upset. That fell out between them. We had Tanisha, where she was barely there at the time. She would come and go, and it was more like, you know, her and Natalie being like the upper echelon and them being like the younger youth type girls. So I feel like Natalie did the show a whole lot of justice. Like people that get baddies, they get baddies in their own way. We had Sidney Starr, like I said earlier, coming for Judi J all the time because of some past stuff. So I guess, you know, that was pretty much her storyline. Judi J was not having it and could not take it. So therefore, she wanted Sidney off the show. She was saying that she felt threatened by Sidney. Of course, y'all remember when Sidney threw that water on her and stuff like that. So that was getting to a point where some of Judi J family members wanted to get involved, and it was getting towards a point of where it wanted to get physical. Of course, Sidney Starr is not a biological woman, but she is a transgender woman. But Judi J still felt as though, you know, offended in that no boys, what she kept calling her at the time, should be even in her face or trying to put her hands on her. So they couldn't even make it past a single day of recording and filming without the drama. Like it was no turn up. And like Judi J said, yeah, they never did leave the house, but why would y'all leave the house if y'all wasn't even getting together good enough in the house? Like, why would y'all take that type of stuff out somewhere? That was going to be a disaster. So them not going out, I don't feel like that was a problem. The problem was in the house, and that's something that should have stayed in there. So I don't think they should have been going out. Besides Judi J doing a lot of, I don't know, she just could not deal with it. It just was not giving bad to me the whole season. Lovely, Seven, and Janelle, of course, that was funny on there, but I mean, I feel like they could have gave more because Janelle be giving in her regular life, but I didn't see that on the show. So it was more than Sidney the reason why season 1 flopped. So I feel like every individual person has to take accountability, and that just is what it is. But I am loving Baddies season 2 so far. It has been pretty good, and we're only on the 2nd episode, so getting ready to come out tomorrow. So I will definitely keep you all updated. Y'all let me know down in the comment section which show you liked it better. Did you like season 1 of Baddies or Baddies season 2? And who do you feel is to blame for season 1 flopping? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to Famous Reality TV and click that notification bell because this is about to get real.
Out of all the billions and the millions of the people in the world, y'all looked at me and thought I gave a fuck? Me? Out of all them folks?